What would you do if you're in the middle of sex and your partner
I'd stop down.
for no reason, like they're not waiting on an urgent call and they were scrolling TikTok, like
I say send it to me, it's funny.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Life Uncut. I'm Laura.
I'm Brittany, and this is Offcuts. This is your little sexy weekend snack.
Is it? It's your little nom-noms. Nom.
Yep.
Okay, so if you haven't listened to an Offcut episode yet, here's the lowdown. It's vibes and good times, everyone, and I will never stop doing that, Britt.
Please do.
It's vibes and good times. This is all of the stuff that we wanted to talk about in the week. It's the stuff that's consumed our group chats, but we didn't have a place for it, so this is it. We made a place, and it's been great.
What I want to kickstart with is the Winter Olympics. Now, listen to me. I think the Winter Olympics, they're like the little sister of the Summer Olympics, but they get a bad rap. They just don't get as much attention as the Summer Olympics get.
I agree, but I'm not sure you're allowed to say that. I feel like anyone who goes to the Winter Olympics will be like, fuck you.
It's true. It's like 3 to 4 billion streams for the Summer Olympics and 2 to 3 for the Winter Olympics. It's markedly different.
It's facts, guys. It's facts.
Summer's the hot sister.
Yeah, unfortunately. But also it is technically the hot sister. And hear me out. Most ski sports are a little bit elitist, okay? Not everyone can make it to the snow in Australia. It's tricky. It's expensive, and you've got to have a little bit of money to make it to be like a skier or a snowboarder.
It's a very expensive sport.
Selective sport.
Very expensive because it's expensive. Imagine how expensive it is just to go to the snow as a family on a weekend. But for you to be at an Olympic level, you have to be able. You have a whole year pass. You have an annual pass to the
unless
snow.
you live in Jindabyne. However, also it's not just when I think of the Winter Olympics, I literally just think of snowboarding and skiing. Like I know that there's so many other things, but like ice skating. I want to know how many people who listen to this podcast are actually ice skaters.
I think Britt shared some of it yesterday on
No,
Instagram.
it's on my stories right now. No, it's the most viewed Winter Olympic sport.
I agree. It's incredible. But I mean Australians. I mean, like how many people in Australia are doing ice skating as their weekly sport? Like it's not a very accessible sport.
Well, we don't have a lot of snow here, or ice. But I have been watching it. I have been involved in it. I am supporting them. I tried to be there because it's in Milan, and Milan's where I live in Italy, basically.
Speaking of relatable.
Well, no, but that's where it is. I'm an hour away. When I'm in Italy with Ben, we're an hour away. So when
really? I thought you were an hour from Positano. Do I not know where anything is in Italy?
We could also just go ice skating here.
Portofino.
You wouldn't know. It's just a frozen ground. Do you know what I still think about?
Thanks, Keisha. What are you
doing? I still think about this, how they have the ice in like basketball stadiums and music venues. And I'm like, where the fuck does it go? Like, how do they get the floor so cold? And then it just melts.
I don't know if this is making you sound
ice hockey.
I think we're all confused.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I never thought about that prior. I always just thought it would be the same as our indoor ice skating rinks, which I think it is. I think it's got like a refrigerator underneath the floorboards. It's a special rink. It's not just they don't put ice in it and then freeze the room.
They have it at Kudos Bank.
Okay.
They have like ice events at Kudos Bank in
That's
Sydney.
true. That's true.
So where does the ice go?
I think it just melts. All right, let's move on. Back
Disney
to
on ice.
Back to the Olympics.
Everyone tuned out.
No, I did share some stuff on my Instagram. It is actually pretty incredible, and I don't know if I'm more impressed because we don't really get to see these snow-based sports a lot. So there's this one really young kid that did this move that no one else can do. He's like a figure skater, and it's called like the quad, and it's where they do
it is
4 spins, really tight spins in the air in one jump, and apparently it's really hard to land.
We like to call it the spinnies.
Do you? Oh, when you do it, do you?
That's the Aussie version.
I just think of their knees. Like, who past 30 would be able to do that?
Oh, he's 17 or something, so he's got plenty of time. But I want to talk about something. I saw a headline that said, who thinks the Olympics isn't like reality TV? And I thought, good headline, you've grabbed me, and I clicked on it. And there is an Olympian, a Norwegian, that just won a bronze medal. Now, speaking of sports that you haven't really heard of, Laura, he won bronze for something called the 20-kilometer individual biathlon. Now, a biathlon is cross-country skiing. It's a cross between cross-country skiing and rifle shooting. So you ski and shoot.
Shut up.
I know, you can't make it up.
That is not real.
It's real.
That is not a sport.
It is.
I think they come up with the weirdest sports purely so that someone who's never going to win in any other metric, they come up with a new sport because they're like, I'll win this sport. There's only 10 people in it.
I reckon someone with ADHD came up with that one.
Skiing.
Because they were like, I actually got bored of that one thing, so let's add this whole other shooting thing to the end.
I reckon it's just a hunter that lived in the snow.
Skiing and
he's
shooting.
just trying to make hunting efficient. So he would have to ski to his prey, then hunt. And I reckon it's come off the back of that. Anyway, great sport. I don't know how, like, the distance between where you're shooting. I don't know the details, but that's irrelevant. What we're talking about is he won bronze and he got his moment in the limelight to do his acceptance speech. You talk to the press, you know, you have a sit down and it's broadcast everywhere. He's quite young. He's, by all accounts, quite attractive. He looks quite attractive. He's
Show me.
sneaky. This is him.
Oh, yeah. Handsome young
hot,
man.
Hot.
Handsome.
Yeah.
I mean, too young to say he's hot, but handsome.
Well, he's 28.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said he was 17.
No, that's the quads figure skater. Keep up. So he's 28. So he's done his press conference speech. And what he has actually done is taken that moment in the limelight to sort of make some kind of confession / apology to his recent ex-girlfriend. So in his conference, he admitted to cheating on his girlfriend very recently. So he's been with his girlfriend for 6 months. 3 months into the relationship, he had an affair. 1 week ago, he told her. So that is the timeline. So 1 week ago, he's told her. It's all come out. His life, by all accounts, has been the worst week of his life. That's what he said. I'm sure it's the worst week of her life too. Then he wins bronze and he takes this moment to let the world know that he had an affair. Have a listen.
So today I made the choice to tell the world what I did. So maybe there's a chance that she will see what she really means to me. And maybe not. But don't want to think I didn't try everything to get her back.
Sometimes maybe good,
Sometimes maybe bad.
Sometimes that's bad. He went on to say 6 months ago, I met the love of my life, the most beautiful, nicest person in the world. And 3 months ago, I made the biggest mistake of my life and cheated on her. Now, the discussion off the back of this on the broadcaster, there are a lot of people that are saying, stay in your lane, wrong time, wrong place. And not stay in your lane, but stay in your pants as well. But wrong time, wrong place. This isn't the time to tell the world that you've cheated. You know, this is your acceptance speech. You're an Olympian.
Why not? You've got 5 minutes. Say whatever you want to say about whatever you want to say. If you want to talk about global warming, go for it. You want to talk about cheating on your girlfriend, go for it.
I sort of agree. I'm like, you know what? This guy has trained his whole life for this moment. He can say whatever he wants in his 5-minute acceptance speech.
Yeah, but he only got bronze.
Yeah, true. True.
But maybe that's why he's like, fuck.
Yeah, okay, there's 2 things going on here. If you got gold, I think that there's more leeway. You're allowed to make it about yourself. By coming bronze and then doing a big speech about how you cheated on your girlfriend really does take the limelight away from the other skier who's better at shooting things simultaneously, okay?
Well, he also said, I already had the gold, so he didn't need it. He said, I already had the gold medal in life, meaning her. And I am sure there are many people who see things differently, but I only have eyes for her, which is also a lie because you cheated on her. He said sport has come second these last few days. I think it'd come third because there was the cheater,
bronze.
then there was the girlfriend, and then
That's
there was the, But he said, I wish that I could share this moment of glory with her. He obviously, it seems like he's told her or she's found out the week before. He's very desperately trying to get her back and make amends. This to me screams like there's nothing else for me to lose and there's nothing else for me to possibly do that I need to shoot my shot.
Yeah, this is it's last ditch, but there's a few ways this is going to play out. Either the only way that this is going to be a positive thing is if she actually wants to be with him. Like if she in her life, wherever she is in the world, is like, you know what? I miss him. I want him to do a grand gesture. I really, I want to be back with him. Like this is a great grand gesture.
It'd be so hot.
If she doesn't want to be with him, this is the biggest ick. This is like, you did this. How fucking dare you now make this about yourself? Stop talking about me. Stop talking about the cheating. Just go away and come third.
However, you wouldn't need to explain
Fail.
to any of your friends why you broke up. Like,
I think it's
he's
good
doing the
either.
admin.
Yeah, I think it's good either way because if she really wants to be with him, then this is a pretty good way to be like, I'm happy to mortify myself. I'm happy to give up my moment. Like you are all that matters to me. Like there is no bigger profession of love than if you are doing it when you've won at the Olympics in front of billions of people that are going to stream it. The world is going to talk about it. So like that's a flex. If it's going to give her the ick, then who cares? He's just told the world he cheated. It's no skin off your back. Like it's not embarrassing for her. I think either way, it's a win-win for her.
The only other thing though that I think it could be a bit of a mask is like he's saying, I haven't cared about sport for 3 days and nothing matters to me.
Imagine his coach. You'd be like, I've been doing this for 4 years with you every day, 4 a.m. wake ups. And you are telling me that in the week that you go to the Winter Olympics, you haven't even been able to think about it.
However, he still came third, which to me is like an excuse as to why he didn't come first. Really, what he's saying here is like, I know I came third, but I'm okay with that because I've been so distracted because I'm a cheat. And I still love my ex-girlfriend, whatever, and she's the goal. But I don't know. To me, I'm kind of like, is he just making up excuses now?
Okay, listen to this because I'm sort of falling for him.
Well, stop it.
He told reporters, I'm trying to be a good role model, even though I admit I did something stupid. She's probably still processing last week's message, but I hope there's light at the end of the tunnel for both of us and that she can still love me. He went on to say, I had a chance at true love and I screwed up so badly.
Oh, he's getting me too.
I told you. Then he said, it's not necessarily forgivable, but if this gives me a tiny chance to tell her how much I love her, I would rather commit social suicide on live TV just to get that little chance.
Are you crying?
Oh my God.
No, look.
I do actually.
It's a pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good apology.
It's pretty good.
He has been getting a good PR spiel on how to write the perfect PR apology. If you come third, first, second, wherever it is, if you get at least a second on TV, make it about her and not about yourself.
But the reporter's saying this is completely the wrong time and place to do it. The emotions are outside of his body. Let the guy live. If this is his time to shine and try and get the love of his life back and make amends with the wrongs, right his wrongs, then go for it.
Yeah, but also I don't think it's making social suicide. If anything, all the women out there are like,
Hot.
oh, he knows he knows how to right his wrongs. He's not a bad guy. He made a mistake. Like he's going to be wifed up again in no time at all. And I kind of hate it. So even if she doesn't take him back, there's going to be someone out there who wants a broken bird, who wants a project, and he's going to be snapped up again in no time.
Yeah,
I guess we'll find out in 4 years.
it's true.
All right, something that I found fascinating this week. I was fascinated by it, everyone. And it makes me feel a little bit, the feminist in me is a little bit angry, so maybe we can all go on a rant together. You know Bumble, the dating app? We're all familiar with it. We've all probably used it at some point or another.
My profile was on a bus stop for a little while there. Remember
Oh my God, you're a Bumble ambassador.
I actually wasn't on a bus stop. I was also on billboards. It was a low point in my life. I was like, I know how to find a man. Put me on a billboard.
Do we call you a Bumbassador?
Yeah, I was a Bumbassador. Yeah. And they used to play Mr. Bombastic. Very fantastic.
I remember the reel that you made, and it was you walking.
All right, mate.
It was you walking past a bus stop as the picture of you on the Bumble screen flicked up, and the ad was actually Britt's Bumble profile on the ad. What better way of getting it out there that you're single?
Did they help you write it or was it your humour?
I wrote it. It was my humour.
It was good. It was
But
good.
you know what the worst part of that is? It didn't even work. I never got a boyfriend off
You
it.
found it on Raya.
Oh, I had to go on a different app. Far out.
Okay, so recently there's been quite a few changes that's happened across Bumble. And like the reason why Bumble was such a unique dating platform when it first came out is because their whole slogan, their whole branding, everything about the DNA of the platform was that it was women first, right? Women made the first move. If you matched with the guy, they weren't able to do anything until you had extended the olive branch of conversation, basically. Now, in 2024, in April, that very quietly changed. There was some changes that were made across the platform, and they weren't really touted as loudly as what I would say some of the other aspects of Bumble have been. And what came out from the Bumble marketing team at the time was that women were fatigued by the original rules. So women were starting to feel as though it was exhausting, always being the ones to have to make the first move. So they softened it. First, I think they softened it by allowing emojis, like guys to send emojis, but not actually, as if they were just sending a
Eggplants.
squirt.
It was just eggplant. Donuts.
Squirt, squirt, squirt. That's it until someone replies. I don't know what's worse, hey or a squirt.
I'd just send the fishing line. You know, you got to get a hook like
That's
fishing.
actually not bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried that one too. It didn't work either.
I used to send a cookie and then say, hey, want a cookie? I also didn't find my partner on dating
Do you
apps.
remember? Do you remember that time that I gave my tip for online dating? I actually did this. I used to
We
send.
still get messages about this.
Do you?
Stop
Does
it.
Laura remember?
I lost your dog.
Yeah, I used to send all the dots of a dog into a DM, and then there was like dot 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 running things, and then there was a dog at the bottom of the screen, and then I'd say, "Sorry, my dog ran into your DMs." I hate myself so much.
The things we did.
I hate myself. That one worked. That
It's
worked.
because everyone tells you have to be creative when you send the first message. And then sometimes you take creativity too far and you just come off unhinged.
Ben messaged me and went, hey. And I was like, pennies are off.
Yeah,
Not creative.
That's what happens when you're a professional sportsman and really attractive. You don't really need to. The effort it's a Venn diagram of effort, right? Like it depends on your personal, who you are as a person as to whether you need to put in effort, whether hay will work or not.
I thought you were going to say that's what happens when you're your age. And I was like, all right. I thought that was going the other way.
Okay, back on track. So Bumble has made a lot of changes to the platform. They have allowed for men to make the first move, right? It's really, I guess, and I'm not on Bumble. I'm not on dating apps. I know that'll come as a shock to everyone, but I'm not. So I don't want to say something that is completely incorrect around like how the app is working these days. But from all accounts and from what I can find, it has merged far closer to being like every other dating app.
Yeah, because that was kind of the only thing that distinguished Bumble from the others. Because all of the others, or most, the large majority are owned by the one organization called Match Group. And then Bumble was founded by a woman. And she kind of, is the story that she was involved with people with
She
Tinder?
used to be involved in Tinder and she broke away.
Yeah.
Her name's Whitney Wolf. She was a co-founder of Tinder. She got bullied out by the men and thought, fuck that, I'll start my own. What's my point of difference as a woman that got bullied out? I'll let women speak
it was like a
first.
big part of the branding was that women message first.
And what I am realizing from this conversation is that combined with the three of us, we at least know all the information. So
I do.
I didn't know. No, I didn't know any of that. So like, I mean, I find that so interesting. But what has happened recently? So they came out, they said that women are fatigued on the platform, but actually there has been so much going on behind the scenes in Bumble. And I kind of got pretty deep on the trenches in this because I found it really fascinating. Bumble itself has faced a whole lot of mass legal pressures recently. And these legal pressures are all from a men's rights group. So like men's rights discrimination group who were protesting that it has been discriminatory that they can't make the first move on that platform.
Oh, pass me the violin.
So tens of thousands of threats, lawsuits from the activation group. And this is the reason why Bumble has had to make changes in order to avoid the legal ramifications of being considered discriminatory because you can't discriminate based on gender. And that's the actual true reason as to why they've changed the rules.
This reminds me of, do you guys remember, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, down Mona in Tasmania.
Yeah, they are.
And they had the women's only room and that guy took them to court and was like, this is discriminatory. I think they ended up having to put it in the women's bathrooms.
They did. Also, you have all the CEO jobs.
Like,
let us have a fucking art gallery exhibition.
Let us be able to say hi. Let us be able to say hi. That's it. All we want is a dating app where we fucking say hi and you have successfully sued.
Do you know what also is really quite a shame? So since they've made this feature change and it's become like every other app, their share price has plunged 90%.
A lot of dating apps have. Yeah, they're really. I've been listening to my Markets podcast about this. A lot of dating apps are.
It's
because
we're not on there anymore. We gave them so much business.
No, people have gone back into the wild now. I've been reading a lot about it too. A lot of people are back in the wild.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising to me that after, 2014 it started. Like, it's over a decade. I think that people are feeling exhausted by it. But, like, the false victimhood of men just complaining about fucking everything, of the fact that it's discriminatory that they can't send a message, like, ugh.
I think this is an interesting thing, though, because can there be reverse discrimination? Like, are we discriminating against men by saying that there is a platform that men are not allowed to have access to? Is it discriminatory to have women-only areas of the gym? Is it discriminatory to say, like, you know, does this create a divide and a void? I know what side of this I sit on, but it's worth discussing and it's worth unpacking because as silly as it seems that there are these men's rights activist groups that exist, they have real power to be able to enact this change. And the only reason why Bumble would have faltered to this, or at least even entertained it, is because of the legal ramifications that they've been pressurized to. So whether or not we believe it, they clearly have a legal standpoint to do so.
Yeah, I think obviously they do have the legal standpoint. I remember in radio, we had this conversation about accents and impersonating different cultures and where the line was and what was okay and what wasn't. And what we ended up landing on, and I think this applies for this situation too, is as long as the group hasn't been oppressed, you can punch up, right? Like, you can make fun. I can make fun of British people. I can make fun of Americans. And I think in this same situation, it can't be reversed because men haven't been oppressed in the same way that women have, particularly in dating.
I agree with you. I think that this is absolutely ludicrous. If there was only one dating app in the whole dating landscape and it was that women were in charge and had to message first, sure, maybe you have an argument. But when there are a multitude of apps that men can do whatever they want on, you don't have to be on Bumble. No one's making you go on there. Go on to Tinder if you want to message first. Go on to Plenty of Fish. Go on to whatever you want. But to have the audacity to say that we're oppressed and you're discriminating against us because I want to send that dog into her DMs first. Get a grip.
Also, I'm just waiting for this men's activist group to turn around and be like, why can't we be a part of the Flow app? Why not?
It is owned by men.
My data is important too. You need to know my cycles as well, God damn it.
All right. Now I want to talk about sex.
Of course you do.
Sexy sex.
Not getting enough of it.
Ain't that the truth?
Neither am I at the moment.
Aren't you?
My first episode back, I was like, we're going to have so much sex this year. I don't think we've had sex since.
You've had it once?
No, because I got sick and then Matt got sick and then now I'm tired. And like,
you
it's
did
just
because you got 2 morning after pills. You've
No,
done it twice.
that's what I'm saying. No, then we came back and I was like, yes, we're going to have lots of sex this year. And then when did the podcast come back? We were like back on the
End of
20th of
Jan.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been 3 weeks.
I'm perfectly comfortable with the lack of sex I've been having.
Keisha's like, yeah, me too. Don't hear me complaining.
Oh, what a shame.
You two are cooked. I'd love to be having sex
No,
right now.
I
The
would
only one that
too.
wants sex can't have it.
Matt sent me a message the other day because I was up all night with Poppy and he said, how fucked are you? As in like, how tired are you? And I wrote, not as fucked as I'd like to be. And he was like, oh, that was too much. I was like, it's not too much.
Take the invitation.
I was like, I'm trying to flirt with you, goddamn it. I know it's been a long time. I'll send you a nude. Anyway, I haven't sent him a nude.
Send him a cookie.
All right, let's go back to the sex. So this new sex stat, they did it at, and I'm not even going to tell you where it came from. I don't think it was that much of a legitimate source, but this survey was done through American universities, essentially. So it was American based. Now I have conducted my own survey here on our Instagrams, but basically it was about how often people are checking their phone during intimacy, during sex, and it was a rather high statistic. Now, before I tell you about it, I will say that Laura and I have been head to head over this one. We have been 69ing this one.
But I just think the statistic is absolute bollocks. I was like, where was this conducted? We need to do our own research. I don't think people mid-sex are picking up their iPhone and scrolling Uber Eats or writing back to their ex or checking their photo roll. Like, I just don't think we are. I don't think that the majority of normal people are mid-sex checking their phone.
Well, this survey apparently asked 100,000 US students. These were aged 18 and over. And I don't think people are picking it up and like doing their grocery shopping and stuff. I'd be asking questions about my sex life if that's what they're doing.
They're doing their Coles online order just for tomorrow delivery.
I just remembered it. I need an eggplant.
Totally. Well, it says that more than 1/3 of students admit to scrolling, not even just checking, scrolling on their phone during sex. Now, this was 100,000 people asked. 35% admitted to whipping out their device to send a text. So there are people that are actually texting.
Scrolling is less offensive than texting. Texting takes longer. Texting requires 2 hands.
Maybe they're audio texting, like dictating. Sorry. But also 35% admitted to scrolling TikTok, like checking TikTok whilst you're having sex. And I just think, are we at a point where our addiction is that much? Like, let's be real. Your men are not performing for more than 10 minutes. Can you not get off your phone for 10 minutes?
That's your question. My question is what position are they in? Because they'd have to be in doggy.
Missionary.
No, they'd have to be in doggy so that the person that they're having sex with doesn't know they're on their phone.
Missionary behind their head.
No.
Like that. You just
You
let
could
it text.
see. You could see that they're looking. Why are you looking at my phone?
No, because
What are you looking at?
if their head's next to your head, if they're down close, they can't see what you're doing.
Maybe the partner does know.
And doesn't care. Do you know what though? We did do a call out. As Britt said, it was on our Insta. We did our own call out because I just thought that this 30% was absolute bollocks. And it turned out we did 2 separate ones and they both came in pretty similar. One on Life on Cart, Britt, you did one on your own personal socials. And it was around 10% of you that said that you have or do check your phone during sex. Some of the things that were written in were also super confronting. This one girl wrote in saying that she was giving a blowjob to a guy and he was texting someone at the same time. And to that I say,
believe
get
that.
off his dick. Stop down. That's a stop down moment. You don't have to keep on giving pleasure if he's doing admin at the same time. You can stop. Exercise your free will, my love.
I unfortunately believe that. I believe that there'd be that many men that would just be such wankers that they would be texting while someone was giving them a blowjob.
Yeah, but it doesn't do much for your self-morale. You wouldn't feel like you're doing a particularly good job if
Well,
they're
they
that
don't-
easily distracted.
Well, they actually went and did some data here in Australia as well. They said 1 in 10 admitted to checking their phone during sex. Like that was an Australian survey. But on my own socials, I had 20,000 people vote, which is a lot. 3,300 people said that they checked their phone during sex.
Do you know a lot of them were parents? So a lot of them were parents saying that they check the baby monitor or they, have to check because they're caring for someone or, there was reasons that I can understand. As a parent, if I had a baby monitor on my phone and it was going off, of course I would also check it. I'm not just going to be like, see you later, puppy. However, there are many other things that came through and I was like, that could have waited the 7 minutes.
My favorite that came through was that they were checking their diabetes app to see if they were low in sugar.
Oh, there was a few of those.
That's great.
Take care of your health. That's important.
Also,
I understand that.
you must be having decent sex to be getting like quite the workout.
I can say Ben doesn't check it during sex, but he'll check it after. He wears like a Whoop, which is like the heart rate monitor. He's like, what did I get to today?
Like he checks his steps.
No, not the steps, but it tells you how much exertion you had. So
He's
like
doing
how
some
high,
yoga.
how high your heart rate got. So sometimes our heart rate gets right up there. Sometimes it's more than his training.
I wouldn't put it past Matt to do the same, but he wouldn't tell me. Matt's not like, oh my God, got a good heart rate up then, but he will tell me how many steps he's done in a day. So I'm sure he's checking it.
The other day, Ben said the funniest thing to me. He's like, I don't know what happened. Ben loves to cook, right? He's like, I don't know what happened. He's like, but I was cooking my spaghetti bolognese tonight and I must have been really excited. He's like, because my heart rate spiked more than when I train and more than when we have sex over cooking spaghetti bolognese. He was like, because he loves his cooking. Like he's so intricate.
I feel like that's an error. That to me sounds like an error.
Your boy gets excited. I don't know. Laura thinks she's like, they're lying. There's not this many people checking their phones. I think that there probably are. We live in a society now where our attention span is so small that I would not put it past people to just be like, I'm just going to pick it up and have a quick look.
What would you do? What would you do if you're in the middle of sex and your partner
I'd stop down.
for no reason, like they're not waiting on an urgent call, they don't have like a sick grandma that they're taking care of, they don't have kids, and you saw that you were in the midst of having sex with them and they were scrolling TikTok. Like,
I say, send it to me. It's funny.
Yeah, I was like, have we ever said anything true? We actually had, I had a friend of mine say that she's like, yeah, I've checked my phone during sex. And I said, oh, why? And she said, oh, I just used it to get out of the sex. And I was like, why did you do that? She's like, well, I didn't realize I was gay yet. She was a guy. She's like, and I was like, I'll allow that one.
all right, next thing I want to talk about, there is a new saying that I came across and I think it's fucking brilliant and I love it. And we all need to use it in our everyday vocabulary. The word is dictum. Now, I'm not going to ask you guys because I know you know, but have a little think about it. What do you think a dictum could be?
Guy named Tim that's a dick. Hey, Dick Tim.
A dictum. Okay, kind of similar. Depends on how Tim behaves in the aftermath. A dictum is someone who behaves like a dick, but then plays the victim afterwards.
Oh, we all know one of those.
We all know those people. We've seen those people on social media. We've seen those people in our own lives, maybe even in our dating lives. Dictums, people who are legitimate dickheads, who do dickhead things. And then when you actually, confront them on it or you try and raise it with them or you say anything to them, they're like, I'm so hurt because
could you
you're
say that?
actually the problem.
My mental health.
Sorry. I'm all for mental health, but not when mental health is used as a scapegoat, for the thing that you did wrong. You can't just use it as an excuse.
Like a
And
get
I
out
can
of jail
say that
free
because
card.
I've had most mental health conditions.
because Keisha uses it all the time.
That's why we hired Keisha, actually, yeah, because we needed to be able to say that. No, it's we all know those people for sure. It is a tricky one because the mental health is a valid excuse. Mental health also gets used a lot of times that it's not warranted or it's not valid.
You still got to be accountable for your behaviour.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree. And also, I like the way that this was put. It's especially prevalent when we're talking about attention-seeking behavior and victim mentality going hand in hand. It is a shorthand and specific kind of personality dynamic, which I'm sure we have all seen at different times. But after finding this new terminology, I wanted to share with you a couple of other, maybe potentially you could coin them as like new words that I think we could all embrace in our regular vocabulary. And some of them are great. What about this one? A hobosexual.
Hobosexual.
A hobosexual. A hobosexual is someone who dates primarily for housing stability.
Brilliant.
This one is screaming, having that guy in uni that you're dating who kind of like doesn't want to be at the residence dorm. So he's dating you because you have a nice share house and he wants to come and stay at your place. This is to me, that's the person that springs to mind.
Yeah, but I'd also do it the other way. I've probably stayed with someone a little bit too long because I had a nice crib.
I reckon you would have been a hobosexual when you were traveling. That's another one that I think is really big. I once dated a guy and he was a traveler and he stayed in Sydney longer. And I'm sure it was just because I had a house.
100%. You've got to do what you got to do. It's really expensive out there and it's really hard to find nice accommodation.
And I want to be clear, this is not about people who are homeless who are looking for homes. This is people who are they're after convenience and a bit of nookie on the side.
You know how before I said that I can make jokes about mental health because I've had most of them? I was
Don't
about
turn
to
around
make
and say I can make jokes about homelessness because I've been homeless.
I was about to make a lesbian joke and then I realised that I'm not able to.
No. There was a girl and I don't know. I didn't look into it. Don't have any details on her. But it was a girl last year that was going viral online. Pretty sure she was from Queensland. But she was saying that she hadn't paid for dinner or accommodation. She was essentially homeless by choice. She hadn't paid for it for like 12 months or something because she would just go on dates. She's like, I don't have to sleep with them. But she's like, I'll go on a date. They'll buy me dinner. I'll stay over at their house. They don't have to do anything. And then she's like, and then I'll go on another date the next day. And she's like, I haven't paid for my own accommodation in like a year.
That to me is so much maintenance.
Very divisive.
So much maintenance. I couldn't be bothered with the life admin that would be required to talk to someone who I don't want to talk to just to stay in their home. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even want to talk to my family and they're in my home. It's so hard.
We can look into that a little bit deeper.
What about this one? Scrub magnet. Someone who consistently attracts or chooses low effort partners.
That was me in my 20s. I was a scrub magnet.
Scrub magnet. Is that like, I don't want no scrubs.
Yeah.
Scrub is the guy that can't
Bit
get
of
no love
TLC.
from me.
It's the man who chose to have a mattress on the floor and refused to buy a bed frame. Not because he couldn't afford it, but because he couldn't be bothered. A future faker, that's someone who talks about trips or their weddings or things in the future, but they're actually never going to do those things. It's the people who talk about these grand ideas, but they have zero intention of ever starting them.
I don't like that because you're allowed to dream. I don't. I don't like that term. Dream big. Dream big. And if it doesn't come to fruition, that's okay.
Well, I like that outlook. Okay, what about a cool girl cosplay? It's pretending to not have needs to seem low maintenance.
I did that all of my 20s.
Like, I don't care because
Yes.
I'm a cool girl.
I didn't.
I didn't call myself a cool girl, but I just pretended I was so easygoing and not neurotic at all.
I actually was very low maintenance.
Well, okay, last one.
Britt actually was the cool girl.
No, I was low maintenance.
Accountant, what happened?
I lived in a small country town, so I didn't know anything. I didn't know better. I didn't know there was a big world out there.
You're like, and then I smelt my first Prada bag and everything changed.
no, you know what? It was the fucking Bachelor. The Bachelor ruined it for me. Went on The Bachelor, and then all of a sudden,
I sniffed designer.
I cared more.
Did you?
Yeah, I'd never even heard of Botox. Came out of The Bachelor, and I was like, someone booked me in. I was the only person in my Bachelor that hadn't had some kind of like cosmetic, like not. I don't want to say surgery, like nose job, but
And
like
look at you now, baby.
But look at me now. Look at me now. I'm 48. And you would not know it.
Okay. I like this one as well because I think there's a lot of people that embody this. I think I do this sometimes. Accountability allergy. It means that you cannot metabolize accountability or responsibility.
Keisha and I don't know where to look.
Look, silence.
You cannot metabolize.
What do we
it.
say?
I am not responsible.
We know. Okay. Can I have a dig at Margot Robbie? Am I allowed?
Nah, she's too awesome. And I know that you are not about the Wuthering Heights promo tour.
I'm actually going to the I don't know, premiere, is that what you call it?
That's what it's called.
It feels very luxe. Tonight.
I'm
It will
going
have already
tomorrow.
happened by the time you're listening to this.
We're not recording this live, just FYI, everyone. Okay, Britt, you have, and I know this is not what we're talking about, but I'm here now. We've arrived, and I'm going to go with it. You have a few feelings about the press tour between Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. You
Yeah.
think that it's a bit of a showmance that's going on.
Well, it is a showman's. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but, like-
Margot Robbie's married and she just had a baby. And when I say I've got a bone
you
to
think
pick
it's
with,
OTT?
yeah. When I say I got a bone to pick with Margot, I love her. I think she's brilliant. I think she's beautiful. I think what she has done, where she has come from, and what she's achieved is incredible.
And you're hanging out on Saturday. You guys are best friends.
No,
So
yeah, I'm hanging out. Yeah, we're hanging out. We're pretty close, pretty tight. But the bone that I have to pick with her, firstly, to answer your question, I'm just not into, and I'm trying to think who did it, Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. I'm not into the if you're promoting a movie that you have to embody that in real life. And I feel like that's what Jacob and Margot are doing. I have no doubt they're very close, but it's maybe almost a little bit too much for me. I think the the romance showman's aspect of their PR tour. But that's not what we're going to talk about. I want to talk about how dirty I am with her because she is so influential that everyone wants to do what she does, wear what she wears. They want to be her. And she's just stepped out. The picture has gone everywhere. And she stepped out in this beautiful corset top on her promo tour. And then she stepped out in the most low-rise pants you have ever seen. Like back in the Christina Aguilera dirty days. Remember that famous film clip where she's fighting in the boxing ring?
Yeah, it's where your ass crack peeks out the top at the back.
It's where you have to have had laser.
You have to. It is just covering your pubic bone. And she looks like so smoke show hot in it. But let's be real, like she's not human. She's otherworldly. She's not normal. This trend can't come back. Like we need to stop it now.
It really can't. It also only suits very specific type of people. I don't think I could ever do a low rise. One, because
you would
pubic hair.
if you walked in
But
here
two,
like that.
I think I have a long butt crack. I reckon my butt crack would hang out the top. Like I look like a plumber that was coming over to fix your sinks. I genuinely do. I always see those people who can get away with wearing the low rise, and I'm like, where does your ass crack begin? I don't know.
I've got a little bit of lordosis, which is the curvature at the spine.
I have that
So
too.
I think that
You can get away with it.
I think I could.
Yeah, so people who have a bit of a
hump.
Yeah, like
inwards.
An inward hump.
No, people who have like a bit of a curved back. I'm like flat with a long butt crack. Like it doesn't look good. We can't do low rise pants.
I think it looks good on like 0.5% of the population. I used to have a pair and they were not surprising to anyone. They were hot pink. They were like a satin and they were very low. They were so low that you could do the zipper up. It was like one thumb width. It's like one thumb. You go, rip, and the whole
Mine,
zipper.
I would look like Gumby in a pair of low rise. Like I honestly just couldn't ever imagine it. I never owned a pair. Skinny leg jeans, I went through a real obsession with skinny leg jeans for a long time. I hope that they never, ever, ever see the light of day again.
Same.
Because they were also very restrictive. When you think about what it was like wearing them, like trying to get imagine if you ever tried to put your pants on but you still had shoes on, and then you'd be like, oh fuck, my thong's caught in the calf part of my pants. Like you should be able to put your pants on with a pair of thongs on, and that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, pants
should be spacious and comfortable.
I only wore what are they called? Skinny jeans. I only wore the really tight skinny jeans when they were made of the fake denim, like, you know, the stretch denim.
Oh, yeah.
Jeggings.
Yeah.
I dated a guy who still wears skinny leg jeans, still to this day.
I think Ben has
I
a
think
pair.
a lot of men do.
I think I'm going to cut them up. It gives me the ick.
Every time I see some memory will pop up, or like we've got, loose friends of friends, and I'll see a photo and I'll just be like, the jeans. Thank God.
That's actually another thing that I'm worried could come back into fashion. Do you guys remember the ripped jeans? Like the parts
ones
where like there would be skinny jeans with bits ripped out of them.
Yes.
Pretty much the whole way. It looked like he'd been savaged by a bear.
They were really like sass and bide coded at the time, and you would get a pair of those jeans and you'd wear them only for like 6 months, but then they'd have what would be quoted or coined a blowout, and you'd have a full blowout. The knee would go and you'd have a flap of jean that would flap around, and then that was cool because the more that your jeans could disintegrate whilst wearing them, that was the look.
I'm pretty sure I had one where my whole thigh was out.
Yeah, I did. Dude, I had the same, and I fucking kept wearing them.
I'm also worried if Margot listens to this.
She doesn't. There's no fear.
But if she does, she might. If she
Reach
does,
out if you do, Marks. We love you.
Yeah, if she does, like you looked hot.
Are we going to meet her tonight?
She's there, yeah. But I don't think she's going to come shake your hand, but she'll be there and you could probably say hi if you want.
Why are you crushing my dreams, Britt?
Well, I actually don't know what to expect. Her and Jacob are going to be there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's going to be the thirstiest room that's ever existed.
So thirsty.
I mean, I would love to go. I do like Jacob Elordi and I do like Margot Robbie. I don't know many celebrities' names, but I know both of those, which I know, thank you. I felt like I needed an award for that. I did see.
No one said anything.
I did see this really funny reel today. And there's like the poster, the Wuthering Heights poster is Jacob, like his head coming down and Margot's head coming up, and they're like about to have a kiss, but their lips are not touching. And this girl has stood so that her face is perfectly covering Margot's, and she's like, ooh, like pursing her lips to perfectly cover where Margot Robbie's lips are, and it's like she's almost kissing Jacob Elordi. That's going to be every woman at this launch tonight.
Jacob is so smoked
Tomorrow
hot.
night.
But what I will say is, and a lot of you probably saw it, he did rub me the wrong way a little bit when he was on his press tour like a week or two ago, and he was just chewing gum on the red carpet in front of the photos and talking, and really open mouth chewing gum. and it looked gross. And then he proceeded to take the gum out. His publicist was obviously like,
Oh my
bro,
God.
like, what are you doing? So he took the gum out and just handed it, put
No,
it in her hand.
no, he's been
Yeah.
watching Married at First Sight. That's what
Well, I
Luke
think
did at the wedding.
I think Married at First Sight watched him.
Luke, if anyone's missed it, Luke, he's married to Mel. It's going brilliantly. They really love each other. I think they're going to be together forever.
They hate each other.
The worst coupling that's ever existed. Luke rocked up, firstly late, not his fault, but he rocked up late to the wedding. And then he stood there visibly chewing gum, doing the vows. And I think I would have dropped dead on the spot. I hate chewing gum. I have an affliction, you all know. I would have died. The end.
And then he also took
Thanks
the
for
gum
coming.
out
Let's go.
in front of everyone and put it in his sister's
In his
hand.
sister's hand.
What's wrong with these young
Sorry,
men?
why have we not unpacked that on this podcast? Like, you can't hand your gum to anyone.
I'd take either of your gum.
Yeah, but we wouldn't. We have more
You
respect.
would,
We
Brittany.
would.
Have you ever kissed a guy who pushed their gum into your mouth?
Yes.
That happened to
Ew,
me once,
no.
and I also wanted to die.
I've had it slip out of mine too.
And you slipped it into their mouth.
By accident.
Why
Why are you
got-
guys making out with gum in your mouth?
Fresh.
It's a traumatizing memory for me. I reckon I was 17. I was at a disco. I was at a disco.
I bet he fingered you on the dance floor.
I think
Didn't
he did.
He fucking did. I knew it.
You were wearing Paul Frank.
No, I had skinny
Low rise jeans.
I had
Links
skinny leg
Africa.
jeans. He could only get in through the holes in the front of the thigh.
He had to go up the side of the
No, hear me out though. I was at a disco, and you used to only go to discos to make out with the boys that discos all get fingered. Okay, that was the only reason why you went.
Did you just
But
prop a leg on the stage? You did.
I went to this disco, and there was a guy there, and I was like, he'll do. And then I made out with him.
High standards.
No, I didn't. He didn't. We're joking about the fingering part, but the gum part. I was making out with him, and then he pushed his gum into my mouth, and I still sometimes, if I'm having a bad day, think about it. Still think about it.
Well,
It
that's
haunts
your
my-
fault for saying he'll do.
It haunts my dreams, everyone.
Have
and
a
on that
high-
note, have a great weekend.
Have
Love you
highest
all.
standards this weekend, everyone. Higher standards than Laura had at the disco.
I was 15. Give me a break.
You're getting fingered at 15.
You know the drill.
Tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your dog, tell your friends, and share the love because
We love love.